who we're looking to try and eclipse Longzhu 2017 at Worlds with the Dancing Shelly. Still trying to do that. Haven't managed to get that one off. Last game, we had a kill difference of 28 kills.
Yeah.
The highest we've ever had is 30.
Wow.
So KC, if they're able to do better than last game, they might be able to break that one.
I know you don't have an answer for this, but I wonder, was that the game where Paige got 28 kills on Caliste? Because that would make sense if it was that game.
That was OMG versus TSM in Worlds 2013.
Oh, wow.
It was quite some years ago.
Yeah. That was like the cool and going.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that was a cool. That was a cool era.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was before I cast the LPL.
Wow.
Isn't that
You're
weird?
old.
I'm old.
But yeah, the same age.
I didn't even cast the LPL the year after that. Right? 2014. I was just a pure OCE boy. And then I cast the LPL in 2015. So yeah, that's a very long time ago. I do remember 2013 Worlds, so that was fun. That was the first time I worked for Riot ever.
Oh, well.
I was handing out lanyards to kids.
Oh, I thought you meant casting. I was like...
No, I was handing out lanyards. It was the best. And I had someone else's t-shirt on, so no one knew that I was Atlas, although I was Slappy Baggins at the time. That's enough down memory lane. Let's have a look at these bans, as the Archers have been taken away here by KC, as well as wanting to keep the lights on. And the Lucian, Poppy, and Anivia all going to be banned.
So Ryze going to be the immediate take by DCG here.
You would expect it.
Yeah.
And it is the lock-in.
Yeah, because you don't have... Well, the Anivia is gone, right? Cassiopeia is gone, so a lot of those answers into the Ryze gone. I will say, though, like, Pyke got some really nice buffs on this patch and does well with the range discrepancy there, so maybe you want to go for these long-range engages, long-range tools even.
All right, the Lulu going to be the lock-in, though. Maybe just Lulu Yunara. Feels like a very Game 3 thing to do, is to just slam a Lulu lane. But I don't know whether it answers the Ryze just yet. Right now, DCG still feeling very good about that lock-in. We'll see where Yike is going to go. Obviously, kyeahoo can just lock in another bot laner if they would like to round things out.
Yeah, I do think, like, Yunara, though, or... Even the Kog'Maw is kind of the two that
I really like Kog'Maw.
Yeah.
I think Kog'Maw is feels better to me. But we have seen some pretty great Lulu Kog'Maw performances back in the LCK.
Yeah.
So we'll see whether Caliste and Busio can make that happen, or whether it's just going to be Yunara, which feels
Qiyana.
Oh, wow, okay. So Pop9 going for the newly buffed Qiyana. Her clear speed has been improved. And the newly nerfed Sion. He is basically the same.
I was going to say, I think that nerf did nothing to that champion, but Qiyana is sick. She got some really nice buffs, and especially with the Ryze lockdown and the ability to reposition, I think you could set up very nicely for Pop9 on this pick. And you wanted the funky, you wanted the aggressive. Qiyana fits that bill.
Well, there's the Yunara that I was a little bit afraid of. Not as much of a fan of this particular pickup, but Caliste looked really good on the Zeri. I feel like Yunara fits the same flavor and is just going to be able to stick to that playstyle moving into game number 3. And now another set of bans to come through. Having a look at junglers and things like that on the DCG side, trying to remove those as they've already locked in their entire top side, as bottom lanes are going to be the focus here at KC.
That makes sense, right? Try and set yourself up nicely. Curious as well, because like in the LPL, and I mean, you've seen a little bit in the LCK, Shen is a nice answer into the Sion in a lot of situations, and if you just want to go ham as Caliste, I think the Sion and the Lulu, or sorry, the Shen and the Lulu can set you up with the Yunara if you want to. Traditionally, we do see with the Kog'Maw.
Oh, Nico is actually kind of fun. I actually really like this ban. Nico Qiyana, a lot of setup for that supreme display of talent.
Yeah, and I'm also trying to think, like, what do you actually try and play into this Lulu on the bottom side? Like, you end up just trying to go back into enchanters, like maybe the Karma Ezreal is something you want to try and fish. Oh, sorry, Ezreal's gone out of the equation, but something.
Karma Jhin?
Yeah, maybe.
Wow, that makes me feel awful. I didn't even want to say it, but we have seen a lot of people play it as the Nasus ban to come through here. We've seen you guys do like that one over your side of the world.
Yeah, I don't think
the Western jungler
does like us. But Skewmont loved it.
Yeah. I'm thinking Griffin as well over in NA. There are a lot of people saying, when's it going to come to the LCK? When's it going to come to the LCK? And we're like, no, we do not deviate from the norm. That is not something that we do. Although I believe Nasus was played in the last perfect game that we had at an international at HongSuo, I think.
I was also going to say, it feels like we kind of need Skewmont to beat you guys in the LCK with a weird pick like Mundo for you then to pick him.
Like Broken Blade did with Shen.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, Keen learned how to play both Shen and Vayne, which was good.
I was also owner first time in a Mundo
yeah,
to figure out what these buttons do. You know? So it's led to some interesting ones. But there's the Karma ban that we were talking about. So
what do they play? That's the question. Maybe just back to more. Oh my. Maybe it's the Blitzcrank game. It's the Blitzcrank game.
Oh, it is.
It's just the Blitzcrank game. Obviously, it's the Blitzcrank game.
Yeah, I can't believe it didn't. It's ShiauC. How did I not know?
We're gonna pick Renekton into Sion.
Oh.
Question mark.
Okay, Jhin Blitz.
Jhin Blitz. It's got to be Jhin Blitz.
Do it.
I mean, I don't like the Jhin, but I like the Blitz.
Yeah.
And, you know, this could be the last game of the day. Like ShiauC, it's time to go out with a bang. Or go to a game 4 with a bang. Might be a better way to think about it. I'm all about the positivity.
Yeah, so anyone who doesn't know, ShiauC for the longest time was known for Blitz and Thresh.
Yep.
Like, even when he was back on, like, E-Star in the LPL and previously, that was
we knew it!
And it is!
Oh, come on. I mean, he's grinning.
Please.
He's grinning. This is pseudo.
Those are kind of cool.
That's a skewer. I'm saying that one's fine. I'd still. They're gonna lock it in. So it's Pyke Jhin. It's not one of the standard lanes, as that is a Vayne. Is this Renekton mid?
Busio hovers Vayne every single game.
Yeah, okay,
and if Vayne is banned, then he hovers Kai'Sa.
But so I just didn't want Sion versus Renekton. I just didn't want that. So
Taliyah
it's already Taliyah. It's already Taliyah.
Vayne top. Gotcha.
Yep, it's going to be the Wukong. By the looks of things here for Yike, does mean that this teamfight composition is looking very powerful. Nimbus Strike plus the Wild Growth is a lot of initial setup into the seismic shove. Man, it is very, very powerful. Fun fact, ShiauC's Pyke is 1-3 over his career. So now is his chance to get to 1-3 in this series.
Hey, there you go.
1-3. That's what he wanted. He wanted the 1-3, so he picks the 1-3 champion in order to make it happen. The stats team trying to feed me the negative stats, but we turned it around.
They gave us another one. Pop9's Qiyana is 1-2, so how do you work that one?
But he's also known for it.
Yeah.
But it's not that successful.
It does feel like Pop9 as a player, Qiyana just encompasses to me all of that. You know, hyper-aggressive, wants to make plays, send himself in super deep into these fights, like try and set up for these massive engages. Like, that is Qiyana in a nutshell.
And honestly, there is something about, like, getting a huge supreme display of talent and then putting death from below on top of it, you've got AoE from the Ryze. There is a lot that they can do with this composition in an even game state. But there is also the ability for this comp to really fall off a cliff. And if they are in anywhere near the same position as they were in Game 2, my goodness, this is going to be so much worse, Dagda. Or better, depending on your opinion of chasing stats and perfect games and things like that. But man, this is going to have to be a pretty incredible performance out of DCG in the early game especially.
Yeah, because especially for Busio and Caliste, like although they haven't been playing the Yunara as much, the Busio's Lulu has been absolutely insane. Like, he's been such a strong performer on it, and the ability for him to find key polymorphs in fights has been next to none. So I'm curious how, even in some of these fights, like Pop9 trying to get into position, if Busio's on point, it can be kind of difficult for it to find plays. But I do think a lot of it is going to come down to this early level. And once more, DCG setting up for these deep wards.
Yep, they've been moving into this side of the jungle almost every single time, although this time leaving Pop9 to his Raptor Cam. Lets that ward go down, though, so it will be full information over to KC if it is going to be a topside clear here for Pop9.
Yeah, I think the early aggression bot lane is basically the best way for Relove DCG to play this, if they can get the hook onto Busio.
Yeah, let's see what ShiauC can actually get done here, as they are just going to clear out the ward first. A fourth shot has been put together, but not really going to be doing too much of anything at all. As Busio Caliste, so far, just feeling pretty good. And honestly, sometimes we see Lulu, Yunara lanes fall behind, but it's often in Enchanter versus Enchanter matchups. And if you're not going to be landing your Bone Skewers, then this lane can really run away from you pretty quickly. But there is a Bone Skewer that's going to connect. Caliste already down very, very low. Barrier used from Feng just to keep himself alive. But KC stand their ground. Now the heal comes out. Great fourth shot there as Feng is going. Oh, first blood over to ShiauC, and Busio going to answer it as both AD carries lying on the ground. ShiauC now wanting to try and get in on top of Busio, but he hits level 2, and ShiauC going to have to back away. But I think if you're the Pyke, you're kind of happy with how this one's gone.
Yeah, getting an early kill for ShiauC going to be nice, and also great hook from ShiauC on this as well. Just barely getting past the creeps there to get on towards Caliste. And ShiauC knows at that stage, like, immediate ignite to try and make the play happen. But Busio waits until the ignite goes, then heals to try and set up for the play. But that fourth shot from Feng and the flash bone gear from ShiauC finishing off the play.
Yeah, the flash jab. Very, very nice. Or the jab flash by the looks of things. As we do have kyeahoo put into a prison and isn't really too worried about it. The trade's looking okay on both sides. And so is the CS. So mid lane, not a whole lot to write home about at the moment. Top side is doing a very similar thing.
With all these summoner spells gone on the bottom side, though, I think
Oh god,
wait a sec.
Canna slicing, dicing. Flauren does manage to get that shield as he charges up the Q. Maybe an opportunity here as he gets a grass proc there as well, but the ward goes down, and Canna just one more, and that's a dead Sion. Solo kill for Canna on the Renekton. And man, this player is just how I remember him, man. 42-20 on the Renekton. This has been one of his champions for so many years. As it turns out, it still is.
Yeah, Canna's having an absolute field day, and I feel sorry for Flauren because he was amazing domestically and like was considered one of the best players in the region. But first time on international stage, some jitters coming through. But this man has been so exceptional for Relove DCG. Unfortunately, just can't quite get it here today.
Yeah, not quite working out. Although an early death. I learnt, you know, by watching European League of Legends that Sion dying early is sometimes a strategy. So let's see whether that's going to work out. Pop9 going to make his way over here. Does spot Yike trying to steal away this Raptor camp. Steals it himself. That's kind of crazy as he gets his own one back. Thought Yike is going to have that one locked down, had the smite available, but it is going to be the Qiyana that makes that one work. On a ward now, though, and so he's going to get spotted out trying to recall. Collect some grass here. And Blastcone is going to send him away.
Yeah, I think he's trying to protect his Krugs, but doesn't know where Yike is.
Yeah, Yike is just going to leave.
Yeah, ShiauC had reset to try and help out as well, so I think that will, why Yike just happy to step away. Also the push in mid was going well for them, so Pop9 will get his own jungle, which is nice for him.
Yeah. I got a little bit too excited about him getting his own Raptors. I feel like Game 2 really has infected my brain. Yeah. I'm like, wow, he got something that he should have got. But it does feel a little bit more difficult here in this series as otherwise. KC getting a huge stacked wave towards Feng here, towards this bottom side. ShiauC is going to make it here in the nick of time. But KC on a very nice reset timer.
Yeah,
All right, so far so good.
Yeah. I mean, definitely slower than last game, which is great for them. Because honestly, the game one, where it was much slower, was where DCG kind of had their opportunity in the mid game, where they had some signs of life. So maybe that's what they can try and hope for again. Because once Pop9 hits 6, that's where I really expect them to go aggressive. I was thinking though, with like bow flash and heal burnt on Busio on the bottom side, we'd see a bit more from Pop9 down there. But I don't think he's had much of a chance because Yike's been trying to get into his face.
I don't think we should look at the top lane very much anymore.
Yeah.
It's just making me sad. It's probably making DCG fans sad as well, as Flauren is really just getting dominated. And this is what happens, right? Like, it does fit the crocodile motif. Once he sinks his fangs in, you just get death rolled and die. And that is kind of what's happening at the moment. I have a feeling that this lane is probably going to get worse before it gets better. Theoretically, you are a Sion, right? So absorbing pressure, blah, 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 is kind of what you want to do. But if the Renekton does just run away with it, you can't absorb that pressure without just chain dying. So it's certainly looking good so far. KC not going to contest this dragon that looks to be taken here by DCG. Certainly on the positive side of things, as HongSuo going to get thrown back towards kyeahoo, taking a lot of damage there as well as he gets the flux down and lands the Q. That is going to be the Mountain Drake secured here by DCG. Yeah,
I do wonder what the plan is from KC, because they brought Busio to mid. You've got kyeahoo resetting, and they're just invading onto the Raptors. So I thought they might have gone for a little bit more, but yeah, they just want to look for the reset.
Yeah, so making sure that they slow it down, still have a little bit of a gold advantage KC, not in a rush this game, right? They're the Yunara composition versus the Jhin, so team fights later on should feel better and better. And as long as they avoid the initial salvo of the Wombo combo, right, out of DCG, they are kind of off to the races. Yeah, it is Yunara doing a lot of consistent damage. It
is also just like the one-item spike is kind of nuts for KC. Like Triforce Wukong, you got your Kraken Slayer for Caliste. Like I think you can really start to do some damage around about that stage. So this is where you need to be careful.
Oh, Busio going to connect there. Is ShiauC going to stun himself, but it looks to be worth it as kyeahoo has to flash away. Flash forward from HongSuo as kyeahoo ticking down, but the burn does not finish the kill. Drink your potions, ladies and gentlemen. And kyeahoo's able to get out to safety.
I think if HongSuo had even got an auto attack, that might have been it from kyeahoo, but this should just be able to clear out the wave. So close from DCG there.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate. Doesn't quite read the flash there out of kyeahoo as well. It was really good positioning to make sure that Q went completely the wrong direction. And not able to quite grab that one. Still, they do manage to get both summoners out of kyeahoo, so a possible revisit could be on the cards.
Especially if ShiauC's ticked over level 6 at that stage. Could be a very different story. But yeah, I think again, like KC, I think this is where they can start to get a little bit more aggressive in their own right as well with, you know, Yike hitting level 6, Caliste having opportunities to go for plays. Has got a very defensive build though, opting in towards the very early plated steel caps there as well. So maybe KC kind of stuck in an awkward spot when it comes towards those items.
Yeah. We'll just have to see whether DCG can utilize this first Dragon start to make something happen. If we get Mountain, Infernal, and Cloud again, I'm going to say that maybe that's a little bit too much, you know? It is not, in fact, my birthday. It's Jisung's birthday. So we don't need that many clouds. I just feel it, you know?
Yeah.
It's getting turbulent out there.
I mean, it is incredibly warm outside, so maybe it's to try and, like, cool us down.
Yeah, we do kind of need it. Yeah. We also have a massive fan here.
Yeah, which is amazing.
Which is amazing, but it is very windy. Yeah. So maybe that is creating some cloud vibes just on the caster desk. Maybe that's why I'm feeling it. That's all right. Do have DCG now moving over. Canna and Yike are very strong at this point in time, though. So maybe not something that they want to look for. Although Feng down here as well. They do spot them out.
ShiauC is here as well.
Some stun value onto the Wukong. Pulls him back with the Bone Skewer, but Warrior Trickster is going to be there. There's a run forward from HongSuo as Yike gets on top of this Jhin. They take him out with the double Cyclones, and Caliste is going to get over there. It is Yike falling, though, and Caliste is just dead. Death from below comes through. It's a double for the Ryze. The curtains have been called, and DCG with their first big lead of the series.
ShiauC with a huge hook there interrupted Caliste as he went for the tower dive. Caliste got slowed, couldn't escape, and it sets up perfectly for the kills.
Whoa, the flash forward from Flauren here as well, as there are no sums on kyeahoo, but still, he is going to be kept alive by Busio. The wild growth on himself as Pop9 able to get out of the way, but they're not able to kill kyeahoo yet again.
No, but nearly able to get something back, but still, KC kind of scrambling to save that play in the mid lane as DCG saw their opportunity, and they well took it.
Hang on. Is it on our hands yet? I'm seeing like there are remnants. There are at least So my hands could have a clock on them, or we could be getting to game. Let's have a look at the replay.
Well, see, because ShiauC plays this really well. So obviously he gets the hook onto Yike and then sets up here as they go for the play. But basically KC are waiting for Caliste to come through, but he flashes in here. But keep your eyes on ShiauC's hook, because Caliste gets the slow, tries to go in. ShiauC gets the hook onto Caliste, which then stops him from being able to get the follow-up auto attacks and is slowed. Which is then setting up for the kill. A great route then coming through as well. Sets up for the follow-up kill. Really well orchestrated by ShiauC.
And also getting the resets, so pumping money into the team as well, as now Pop9 is dead. Okay.
You know, you have to, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, you do. You really have to, they are all about balance.
Yeah.
Here in DCG. Yeah, that's the cross part of it. You need to cross over to the negatives sometimes. As Feng just going to clear out the wave. And we are going to have a look at a replay as to why Pop9 did die. And it was not allowed to steal Raptors.
Yeah, that's a little unfortunate because, like, they were on recess, so you knew they had to be coming back out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, bit sad.
Yeah, it's being a, like, surprised Pikachu face when the Taliyah is from in mid lane. In mid lane.
Yeah, and the jungle is in jungle. Yeah.
Well, stun comes through here from ShiauC. He gets himself out of the way. Needs some of that gray bar to get healthy once again now that he has become invisible.
Deep Cross Gaming have a good shot here, though. No flash on Caliste and Busio for pop 9 could be huge. So I think that's what they're trying to set up for. But
see if the angle is going to work out here as they do spot this ward that was giving a lot of information over to KC. And I think maybe just giving up Double Dragon could be the right way to make this one work, as the train is about to leave the station. The curtain's looking to be called as well. And the clone going to get pulled back. And that is going to be the end of the aggression. It's a Hextech Soul this game. My goodness. That's an electrifying option for Yunara. That sounds incredible if they can stack up 4. But DCG very happy that that is going to be the position. Maybe not as happy about where ShiauC is at the moment, as Yike does not find the Cyclone as the flash was used to get out of it. Nice work from the observers to toggle that, that vision in such a confusing way for mainly me. But it did look very cinematic and cool.
It did, yeah. Hide the truth so you never know what's happening.
Yeah, I was like, he disappeared. I think that might mean he flashed.
Still, like, I think for KC it was like, hey, hope we can make some sort of play after this. But DCG do get away. And are still in a very strong position. I mean, 2 dragons already. They got the Void Grubs. ShiauC being able to now get onto the map as well, significantly more threatening, especially compared to Busio. Like, Busio can't really match a lot of these plays for ShiauC because he can be just the focus then of a lot of these plays. And you've delayed, like, the spike for Caliste on one item too.
Oh, Bone Skewer not going to quite land here from ShiauC. He thought it was going to hit. Honestly, I did too. It doesn't come on down. And it's kind of with the Black Cleaver, feeling very happy, but also only 6 stacks left on his Cull, so he's going to be very, very strong.
DCG going top here, though. I think they want to look for a play towards Canna.
And because of that, ShiauC is in the bottom side of the map.
Yep. There it is.
Per usual is okay. Canna realizing that going southward would be the option here, as Canna is just going to be locked up and taken down. That is a huge overload towards top side, and that's kind of cute because there is a Ryze.
Well played.
Thank you.
Yeah. KC going to try and make a play on the bottom side to answer. Look for this tower. ShiauC and Feng trying to reposition to match, but interrupted. So KC should at least get some alone time for Caliste here.
Yep, Hex Gates are here as well to help with this rotation over, but you were talking about those plates. The majority of them have gone down towards this bottom side. There is the second last one. Caliste just very, very happy with the alone time, despite being still a little bit behind in gold. But HongSuo just going to push this wave towards the top outer, and Flauren just trying to remain as happy as possible playing the Sion. I
think he is though. Sure, the early game looked a little rough, but you know, 500 gold is not really there. He got the kill, yeah. Like, he's working up towards some nice items. This would not be great for him.
Yeah, the train is just going to get him out of there though, so he's all right.
Oh wait, do they get a timer here on the resets? kyeahoo could be in trouble.
Yeah, they're going to wait for that back, and then kyeahoo. Oh dear, Busio is able to cancel, and they throw ShiauC onto the turret, so he's very dead. And now Flauren also might be going down. They did wait for the reset. That was a cute maneuver, but they just kill ShiauC, and now Flauren is in a lot of trouble. Has to flash the seismic shove. They're looking for
Pop
even
9
more.
in trouble as well.
Now, yeah, top side of the map. Yike at full health here, looking for Pop 9, who wants to get himself out of the way. The Rift Herald has just spawned, but there's a Cyclone to wipe out the Qiyana. And now Yike is just going to turn that into Rift Herald as well.
Basically a perfect timing to catch Pop 9. 2 mistakes where he's been caught out in positions he really shouldn't have been, and now KC will get that Rift Herald. ShiauC here, but no support for him.
Well, 2 Drakes, you know, DCG, they still have a gold lead. There's still positives to look at, but that is a few mistakes in a row here for our red side team, looking to try and get themselves back in the series. And Canna is just going from, I mean, he did die towards that top side, but he's still 1,000 gold in the lead. This Renekton is still very strong, as he has even farm with his 2 other carries. That was very, very cool there. We had 141 CS for everyone on KC's side, so a lot of coordination. As Pop 9 just going to be taking some Hex Gates around, looking to see whether he can take kyeahoo down. kyeahoo, like, must have said something in all chat towards the end of the last game, because they have been beelining for him this whole game long.
Yeah, I think it makes it, because you expect Busio to be near Caliste, right? Like, that's kind of the synergy, so you're like, oh, kyeahoo must be alone. Unfortunately, it hasn't quite worked out for them, because Busio actually apparently loves kyeahoo this game.
Yeah, and kyeahoo hasn't died so far this game, so it's not really working. Teleports come in from the Sion, though, And Deadly Flourish is going to be avoided as the Realm Warp to try and get this Sion in here. The Q somehow misses, but the Bone Skewer doesn't. Wild Growth comes down. Yeo stays alive for such a long time, but is finally taken out. They trade mid laners as the Rift Herald is going to be taken by Yike to say goodbye to the rest of the engage.
But he's now just in the middle of DCG. He'll get Terror, but does he just... Does he jump on him after?
Away, I think walking away is going to be his strategy. Back in. Okay, Shelly getting involved once again. We've got some flashes coming on down as Busio flashes out of the way of the stun from ShiauC. A second charge as Yike is just putting Shelly through her paces.
Busio
gonna say thanks to that one, as Busio is very dead, but probably worth. And that is going to be now in Pop 9 engaged on. Yike gets the Nimbus strike out, takes him down. ShiauC is dead again. I swear it was the same team fight, and he's died twice as Flauren is now just going to be ushered to the death chamber. And KC just win and then win and then win again in about 3 team fights in one. And the weird Shelly interlude.
I don't know what just happened. That was so bizarre.
Yeah, the pacing of that episode was very weird.
Like, the play on bot into the tower take, and I was just like, oh, I thought DCG would just collapse onto Yike. Like, he was so far away from everyone, but instead they got Busio, they get the dragon, and they get a mid-charge. Like, and now Caliste is okay.
And now they're 2,000 gold ahead after being about 2,000 gold behind. HongSuo is looking for Canna here, who does have a massive minion wave to eat through. It's going to feel very, very nice. Slices and dices and then culls it and feels very, very satisfied afterwards. Let's have a look at it again. Take me through it,
yeah, because, I mean, nice job from Flauren here to connect onto kyeahoo. But kyeahoo also plays this really well because this pop forward into the flash away after he gets the knock-up keeps him alive for a very long time. At this stage, though, I'm seeing Canna in base, and now I'm alive, and HongSuo's dead.
HongSuo is once again dead. Replays are really difficult in this particular game. I feel like as soon as we come out of them, someone on DCG is dying. This time, it's HongSuo drew the short straw. Does have his 2 items completed on the Ryze, still looking for the max stacks on the Rod of Ages, and does have a decent gold lead. But that's about the end of the good news. If you have a look at the top side of the map, this Wukong, the animals, you know, the monkey-crocodile combo.
The old McDonald's farm,
Yeah, the menagerie. It's looking pretty good.
Yeah, it's... Because it's also the fact that Caliste has now ticked over to 2 items like Infinity Edge.
What kind of farm do you have that has monkeys and crocodiles in it?
I know, it's probably like
they make them
there's going to be a Netflix documentary.
Oh, Death from Below. That is a dead kyeahoo. They finally found him for the 2nd time. As, of course, they did get him in that bottom lane fight. And, all right, Yike is just going to go for the cross-map Gromp. And manages to secure that one as HongSuo is looking to try and defend under this inner turret. Could be difficult with the amount of people down here, but they are going to forego going for any siege on the inner turret. Still 2,000 gold lead, but Flauren will be able to close that gap just a little with a take of this top lane outer turret. And some more money going over to the Sion.
Yeah, I think the big focus for me is like Caliste getting towards that Infinity Edge makes him a significant threat in these fights. And you're so accelerated here as Yike. He's very close to his GA. So suddenly you can play these fights like hyper aggressive, have Yike play that engage tool alongside Busio being able to offer the wall growth. And I think this is where those fights can get very difficult for DCG.
Well, Busio is taking a bit of damage here from Flauren, who's looking for a knock-up onto Caliste, who just walks away to the side. With Baron now spawned, though, this could be a scary time to go for any plays. There is a lot of DPS on KC's side. They do have the ability to go for an early Baron if given the opportunity. So losing a team fight now could be a little bit more devastating than it could have otherwise been. Yike just continuing to take enemy Raptors away over and over again, any opportunity he can get. Now ShiauC looking for a Bone Skewer, finds it onto Busio. Deadly Flourish is good as well, but he does have the Mikhails to keep himself safe, and now Flauren just taking damage from all over the place. KC moved themselves to safety. Pop 9 not quite finding an avenue to get in there, and in the meantime, kyeahoo's just in the top lane.
Yeah, it was a nice call from Flauren, though, to get the decimating smash onto the Wukong, prevent that engage, because I think that could have gone way worse for DCG. But as you say, you're still losing elsewhere. kyeahoo managing to take that play on the top side. You're still getting pushed for Canna in the bottom lane. And DCG are basically trying the same thing that worked a little bit in game 1 of overload mid, hope you can catch people out, but they're just not finding that success here.
Can't quite get the angles. couple of items have been built up here by Pop9. They are cheaper ones, but still feeling better and better on this Qiyana. But 3,000 gold lead, 5-1 and 2 on the Wukong.
But it's also what you said earlier. It's at this stage you're just getting outpaced. The Pyke isn't really going to have as much success now coming into this compared to Lulu. Pop9 hasn't really had any input thus far.
I have not seen the supreme displays of talent do much more than killing Canna.
Yeah, and it's all gone a bit of a awry for them. Still, Sion again if they can try and collapse in this mid lane.
Well, ShiauC going to have to get out of this one as Caliste just pops over the wall. They're looking to just try and wipe him out. Not quite able to kill him off there, but really good restraint there from Caliste not to go too far forward and run into a Qiyana.
I was a bit nervous even if an auto attack onto the Qiyana would have killed him, but Caliste at the end of the ult still was looking for that W. Not going to follow it. I think it's just wait 30 seconds now until Dragon, and if KC can hold on again there.
Yep, keep stacking. The quad stack Hextech Soul. That sounds pretty petrifying. As Yike is spotted on this control ward, ShiauC. Put a line up a bone skewer, but I just don't think Yike really cares, as he's just going in. See champion, kill champion. Supreme display of talent is decent there for a couple of stuns, but otherwise not too much more going to happen. Canna with a massive shield. Flauren, oh dear, he's just taking the kitchen sink from KC, and there is no response. Flash out of the way, though he keeps himself alive, but KC is still at full health as well. Yike comes on over the Realm Warp to get them all to safety, and then the Drake just goes to KC for free.
Yeah, very much needed, because that, as you say, could have been more than just the Drake going over. But that was a weird fight from DCG. Like, ultimate's kind of being popped hyper defensively, and it just meant that KC got to run them over.
Yeah, they were just trying to get out more than actually trying to fight, going for these opportunistic plays that we did see a lot more of in game number 1 in the early to mid game. Being very few and far between now. ShiauC is at least still doing his thing, getting around the map, trying to clear out vision best he can.
It's just I saw Flauren ult into kyeahoo's Weaver's Wall and didn't really know what happened.
Yeah. Anyway, DCG, the defense continues. They are getting a lot of vision around this Baron, making sure that KC cannot take that one for free. We know top side of the map is the massive focal point here for KC. There is still close to a 2,000 gold lead for Canna. Yike close to 3, and probably is getting very, very close to a Guardian Angel for item number 3 as well. It's going to make the Wukong extraordinarily difficult to deal with if he wasn't already. Because you were talking about one item spike on the Wukong. When you get Sundered Sky as well,
it's silly.
My goodness, it's just a little bit ludicrous. And there is the GA that we were talking about. So Yike, big deal.
Yeah, we're kind of just seeing the same game plan over and over again here, though, because all we're getting is them trying to reset in the to get back out of the map first is DCG, and then just trying to run to mid, right? Hope that they can overload and catch Caliste, but Caliste is not taking any sorts of risks. They're just waiting for those side lanes to push back out, and then when DCG have to respond, that's when they go for it.
Oh, ShiauC is, just going to engage for Yike. Gets the first Cyclone down. There goes the Pyke as kyeahoo gets into the backline, flashes away immediately. Realm Warp, they're trying to take it, but the stun and HongSuo says absolutely not. And now Flauren just going to have to try and walk his way out. It's not going to work. He's put into the blender and absolutely slaughtered. KC just wiped the floor with them here at 25 minutes.
KC playing so patient and just catching DCG as they try and make that play mid. All members alive, all going to be purple in just a moment, and it may just be that 3-0 for KC here.
It's looking like it as we move to about a 5,000 gold lead. Then we'll have the Rebel Baron power play, and that will only be extended. This is the exact way you want to take a Baron, by the way. We see a lot where the Baron gets started, but then you've got the fight. Win the fight, take the Baron means that you can get that massive snowball from the extra gold and the extra pushing power. But look at this. Yike gets bone skewered and says, thanks very much.
Yeah, that's great. And I think it was just DCG overstaying their welcome. They hadn't got the timer that they were trying to play off of anymore. Both those side lanes have been pushed out. They had already got Canna was moving across, plus the Taliyah from the top lane. And then it just ends up as a team fight, and DCG just do not have control for that right now.
Yeah, not a chance there. And you can see DCG just not exactly feeling happy about it. Reaper, I don't think has looked more relaxed in his life And by that, I mean he just kind of always looks a bit relaxed, so never mind. But he still looks very relaxed.
I am hoping, though, that this is just kind of a bit of a day one jitters for Relove DCG, because honestly, they, like, domestically are incredibly impressive. And, like, their story, you know, moving up this year is sick. Maybe?
Well, possible angle towards Canna here. 1 versus 5 is not going to be something that he's going to survive, but the supreme display of talent I don't think was necessary. They do take a Baron off the Rift, but they are going to lose an inner turret here towards his bottom side. We'll have to check in on that Rebel Baron power play as this goes on, because we'll have to see whether that was worth it or not. Because they do take the inner turret, and that is going to push that one over the 800 that they'd already collected from killing the buff.
Still, though, I do think it's worth in respect of those outer towers were probably going to go down in this push anyway, right? Like, KC are already so far ahead, but at least you slow now where, okay, we have to invest extra resources to get the mid lane tower, which means they probably don't get the top. So it's kind of like shortening how much KC can extend that gold lead, even if it's not so much of a, hey, they're going to end up with a nice gold lead.
Well, 10 seconds until Canna is back again. He's got teleport at the ready, and so they can get back onto the front foot pretty quickly as HongSuo. Oh, dear. Yep, there's the Weaver's Wall and the Cyclone to try and keep him on top of it. In goes kyeahoo, and down goes HongSuo. Nothing he can do about that one. And he was the carry. He was the guy with all the money on the side of DCG, and now he is no longer on the Rift. Inner turret going to fall as a result. And KC, they can continue pushing this one forward. This could just be base broken.
I think it might be. Reset from ShiauC as he was in that bottom side, but get him back towards this top side. But you just don't have members there. Like, Feng's in the jungle.
Yeah. And who is going to be able to do anything to kind of stop this? The answer is not Flauren. From what I'm seeing, they take down the inhibitor very, very swiftly. Now looking for a little bit of a rotation towards this mid lane, as Canna had dealt with that one after the respawn. The rest of KC, though, are just going to be backing away, and they're playing this one very cool, calm, and collected. Should be a Drake if they would like to take it. So we do see some pings coming out, but they're back out onto the Rift so quickly. That's what this Rift does, right? You can just go for resets kind of whenever you want.
Yeah, and it felt like basically DCG were like, right, we're going to kind of give up that pressure in top lane, set up a bunch of vision around the Dragon, which you can't see is there, and then look for a play around that vision. But with HongSuo then getting caught out and dying, that kind of foregoes all plans, because now you're just a man down and everyone has to retreat, so you can't play off the vision. So you can kind of see that, like, DCG have ideas of what they want to do, just unfortunately not expecting KC to be as aggressive as they have been.
Yeah, Yike has a more of Malmortius. I didn't see any components.
He did have a Hex Shrinker for like 30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
And then he killed people and then he went back and bought the full thing.
I apologize for not looking at the items for that 30 seconds.
He has a lot of them, so I don't blame you. Yeah.
There's Yike tanking a bit of damage here, and he's very happy to do so. So Wukong really has been the main character of this game. And Yike honestly feels like the main character of this series so far. His Vi absolutely extraordinary as well. And KC able to play off the back of it very nicely. 7.3k going to be the advantage as they are looking to set up this 3-0 extremely comfortably, and therefore a date with T1 tomorrow. Yeah, Caliste will get hit by that bone skewer, sidesteps the deadly flourish though, and not too much going to come of it as in goes Pop 9. Looks for the angle, but out goes Caliste. He's absolutely safe as Canna getting into that back line and should be taken out here. They get the kill on the Renekton. Can they get more though? That's the question as HongSuo is going to go down, and it's now KC's turn to fire back. Caliste with the wild growth is not going anywhere anytime soon, and it's a triple for kyeahoo on this Taliyah. ShiauC and Flauren are still alive. A Penta was on the table, but KC, I think they just want to finish this series off.
Confident performance from KC in this one. ShiauC has to run underneath the tower to get away from Yike, but I don't know if it's buildings that are going to stop Yike at this stage as he continues his onslaught.
Yeah, I don't think this one is lasting very much longer. It has at least got past 30 minutes, but KC knocking on the door of the DCG base. And Flauren, I don't think he's going to be able to hold on. ShiauC as well. I mean, he's made of paper at this stage of the game. The problem with being Pyke, you have kind of no choice in that department as Busio takes a little bit of damage. Flauren is trying to keep himself alive, able to get back over to that fountain, but unable to now protect these Nexus turrets that will be taken out. Now it's a naked Nexus. KC can see the victory here as Yike goes down to the GA. The curtains being called here, and the snipe does come on through. Caliste is taken out, and maybe the curtains have been denied as DCG keep themselves alive in this game, at least for a few moments more.
DCG want an encore. They don't want this one to be over just yet, but it's still on death's door for them, it feels like. KC will reset, lick their wounds, will Baron up again in 10 seconds. Oh, wait. Feng?
Oh dear, seismic shove, and that is just a Jhin. Very, very dead. Supreme display of talent. Yeah, it did look, it was supreme. He managed to take down the Taliyah at least. So
yeah,
1-for-1 as a result. Does that mean that DCG now have an angle towards the Baron? That is the question. They think yes. I think Canna is really scary.
I mean, Busio stopped his recall. They want to try and do something here.
Their Baron damage isn't exactly the fastest. We'll see what they can get done here. As Canna, with double buffs, is going to just build up some rage here. Has some honey fruit there as well. There's the red bar. He is very scary, but this Baron is going down. And that is going to be secured by Pop9. So a Baron against the flow of play. First one to go over to DCG so far this game. And they are back into it. This gold lead has really been cut in half.
It's just they've so little control on the map. Like Super's top and mid lane. So even with the Baron buff, I don't know if they can do particularly much.
There is a ward there as well. A little bit frightened about that one. Teleport up and available for Canna.
Weaver's wall to get through as well.
Yeah. We do have 26 seconds on the top lane inhib. So that one will be coming back. He would need to kill that. Oh, actually, never mind. He wouldn't. Looking at Nexus turrets respawning relatively soon, I guess. But Weaver's Wall going to come on through as Canna just flashes over the wall, gets on top of HongSuo, and that is the main carry down for DCG. Can Canna keep himself alive? Get into that backline as Flauren taken down to under half health so quickly. Man, Caliste does a lot of damage at this stage of the game. And in goes Yike one more time. Flauren with a big shield, trying to stay alive, trying to be that front line, but he's taken out. Now into zombie form as he's trying to stay relevant, but it doesn't work. Feng also just not a whole lot that Jhin can do at this stage of the game either, as the wallet's looking extremely heavy. The supreme display of talent is not named effectively in this moment, as there is at least a little bit of a kill there for ShiauC before they do go down, and it's a 3-0 for KC. Back-to-back 3-0s here, so obviously KC versus T1, very even matchup we've got coming up.
I mean, I think it will honestly be a banger now. I'm a little bit biased on that one, but with what KC showed today, like Busio on the rail, roaming a huge amount, kyeahoo looking spectacular in that mid lane as well, and Yike stepping up on the international stage. This is what you want to see for a battle against T1.
Yeah, and they looked completely unflustered as well in that entire series. Dominant performance here from KC. Let's throw it over to the analyst desk to break it down.